Middle schoolers, I'm about to insult you and your entire peer group, but don't worry, I'm also making fun of myself and everyone older than middle school. But be warned. Middle school is one of the cringiest times of your entire life. No one thinks middle school is cringy until they move on from middle school. And then, oh my goodness, the cringe. My cringiness in middle school was trying to look like all the other popular girls, which didn't turn out for the better for me. Every day, I would wear the same type of hoodie and the same type of leggings, and I would put my hair in a ponytail, and I had to replicate that look for the sake of the video, except I literally do not own the kind of clothes to recreate that look, unfortunately. But it was cringe. Middle school is a time where either everyone is trying to be someone who they're not, or they're trying to figure out who they are. It's a tough time. And unlike a lot of people, I don't really think middle schoolers are stupid for the sake that they're middle schoolers. Middle school is a tough time and it gets the best of pretty much everyone. Unlike high school, where you're trying to learn how to be an adult, you're trying to learn how to be a teenager. And we already know that being a teenager is also some of the most awkward years of your life. I'm probably gonna regret every video on this channel at some point in my life. So middle school is a tough time. And also the cliques are, in my opinion, worse than pretty much any other grade. Because most high schoolers are bigger than middle school, pretty much as soon as you enter 9th grade, you find a group of like-minded people. And at my school, at least most people are pretty open-minded. But in middle school, people don't click up quite as neatly. I was, wait for it, big surprise here, no one's gonna guess this, in the nerd clique. I was in the little math class of 8, so we were pretty much all friends. And that's how I survived. I was also in the speech and declam group, but because that was such a big activity, that didn't really click up as much. And I'm not saying this to scare any possible 5th graders that might be watching this video. Though I am trying to warn anyone going into middle school or currently in middle school. I just want to remind everyone who's out of that really difficult phase of life to remember that it was difficult. And it's difficult in a different way of adulting. So to the high schoolers saying, you shouldn't be worried about your homework, I have 8 papers due tomorrow. Or to the high schoolers that are saying, quit complaining about your friend and boy drama, I just had a breakup. Just remember, middle school's a really tricky time. But without this period of growth, high school would probably be way more cringy. Because believe me, there are some cringy people in high school. Correction, almost everyone is at least a little bit cringy in high school. Middle school is when you're figuring out who you want to be in high school. It's not easy to pick your path for high school, because the classes you choose freshman year do actually have an impact on your entire time at high school. Most of my friends I made from Science Olympiad or honors English and history. If I could do it all over again, I really don't know if I would still do honors English and history, because I really did not thrive in honors English and history. But I made a lot of good friends. So when you're picking classes for freshman year, you want to stay in your lane of what you can do so you're not completely overwhelmed. But you also don't want to undersell yourself because you want to be with the honors kids, at least if you're the kind of kid who's an honors kid. And no shame on anyone who's not really in school for the academics. I would just give you some advice I heard in some freshman lectures of basically, you're stuck here, might as well do well. I mean, isn't that just good life advice in anything? In anything where it just feels like you're stuck there, doing well will probably get you farther ahead than not. So middle schoolers, do your homework, register for high school. It'll be fine, I promise, and eventually you will look back and say, oh my goodness, I was so cringy. And those of you who are older than middle schoolers, cut them some slack, because middle school is not a easy time.